My name is Lily. I am 23 years old. I keep a notebook under my pillow. The last page is blank. It will always be blank. This is why. I met James 2 years ago at a bookstore. I was looking for poetry books. He was standing in the same section. Our hands touched when we reached for the same book. We both laughed. He had kind eyes and a gentle smile. He said I could take the book. I said we could share it. That day we sat in the bookstore cafe for 5 hours. We talked about poems and dreams and life. When we left, I knew something had changed in me. James loved poetry. He read it every day. He memorized verses and recited them while we walked. His favorite poets were the sad ones, the ones who wrote about love and loss. He said sadness made poetry honest. I did not understand then. Now I do. We started meeting every week, then every few days, then every day. James became my best friend. Then he became more. I fell in love with him slowly, like water filling a cup. One day I looked at him and realized my heart was full. 6 months after we met, James gave me a gift. It was a small notebook with a brown leather cover. The pages were cream-colored and empty. He said he wanted to fill it with poems for me. 1 poem every week. He would write about us, about our moments together, about how he felt. He said when the notebook was full, he would give it to me. But he made one rule. He would save the last page. He would write on it only when we met on a special day, a day we would plan together, a day that would be just ours. I agreed. I did not know what day that would be, but I trusted him. I trusted his plan. Weeks passed, then months. James kept his promise. Every week, he wrote a new poem. He never showed me the notebook. He kept it secret. Sometimes he told me what he wrote about. A poem about the first time I laughed at his joke. A poem about rain falling while we shared an umbrella. A poem about my eyes. A poem about saying goodbye at my door. Each poem was a gift I could not see yet. I asked him many times to let me read the notebook. He always said no. He said I had to wait. He said it would be worth it. He said the last poem would make everything perfect. I pretended to be annoyed, but I loved the mystery. I loved knowing he was creating something just for me. After 8 months, the notebook was almost full. James said only 1 page remained, the last page. He said it was time to choose our special day. We decided on December 21st, the longest night of the year. James said darkness made light more beautiful. We would meet at the park where we first walked together. At sunset, he would bring the notebook. He would read all the poems to me. Then he would write the final poem while I watched. He promised it would be the most beautiful thing he ever wrote. I counted the days. I could not sleep from excitement. I bought a new dress, a blue one, because James said blue was his favorite color. I imagined the moment. James reading his words, his voice soft, his eyes on mine. I imagined crying happy tears. I imagined kissing him after the last poem. I imagined saying, "I love you." I had never said it out loud before, but I would say it that day. December 21st arrived. The day was cold and gray. Clouds covered the sky. In the afternoon, rain began to fall. Light at first, then heavier. I watched the window and worried, but I told myself rain would not stop us. James would come. We would share an umbrella like we did before. Maybe the rain would make it more romantic. I put on my blue dress. I fixed my hair. I walked to the park early. I wanted to be there first. I wanted to see him arrive. I stood under a tree. Rain fell harder. My dress got wet. I did not care. I waited. Sunset came, but the clouds hid it. The sky just grew darker. James did not come. I checked my phone. No message. I called him. No answer. I told myself he was late. Maybe traffic. Maybe he forgot his umbrella and had to go back. I waited longer. An hour passed, then 2. The park was empty. Everyone else had gone home. Rain poured down. I was soaked and shivering. Something felt wrong. James was never late. He always kept his promises. Fear grew in my stomach. My phone rang, but it was not James. It was a number I did not know. I answered. A woman's voice spoke. She said she was a nurse at the city hospital. She said James had been in an accident. A car hit him while he was crossing the street. He was on his way to meet me. She said I should come quickly. I ran. I do not remember the run. I only remember arriving at the hospital. My wet dress dripped on the clean floors. A nurse took me to a room. James was on a bed. Machines beeped around him. His face was pale. His eyes were closed. Bandages covered his head. A doctor stood nearby. The doctor's face told me everything before his words did. James had severe head trauma. He never regained consciousness. They did everything they could, but he was gone. He died 10 minutes before I arrived. 10 minutes. I missed him by 10 minutes. I collapsed. Someone caught me. Someone brought me a chair. Someone gave me water. But nothing helped. My James was dead. The boy who wrote me poems. The boy who loved sad poetry. The boy who understood that sadness made things honest. He was gone. Later, a nurse gave me a plastic bag. James's belongings. His wallet. His phone. And the notebook. The brown leather notebook. It was wet, stained with rain and blood. I held it carefully. My hands shook. I opened it at the hospital. I read every poem James wrote. 49 poems about me, about us, about love. Each one was beautiful. Each one made me cry. His handwriting was messy, but I loved every letter. I read about moments I forgot, moments he remembered, moments he turned into art. Then I reached the last page. Page 50. It was blank, pure white, empty, waiting for words that would never come. James died holding this notebook. He died on his way to write the final poem, the most beautiful one, the one meant for that special night. But the night came, and he never arrived, and the page stayed blank. I took the notebook home. I dried it carefully. The bloodstains would not come out. I did not mind. They were part of James now. I put the notebook under my pillow. Every night I take it out. I read the 49 poems. Then I stare at the last page, the empty page, the page that breaks my heart over and over. People tell me to write something on it. Friends say I should finish his work. They say I should write my own poem, a poem about James, a poem about love, a poem about loss. But I cannot. That page belongs to James. He promised to fill it. And even though he is gone, I keep his promise alive. I keep the page blank, empty, waiting, like I waited that night in the rain, like I will wait forever for a boy who will never come home.